building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
After Adam Saul's 60-plus yard punt, Ohio has the ball inside their own 1-yard line, playing with the devil. It's a 14-10 lead, 8:42 to play. The Cardinals could cut the lead in half with the safety here, and they're showing blitz. There's 7 men in the box for Ball State, 7 for Ohio. Hat on hat, Parker Navarro from the shotgun. Bobbles the snap, it's down in the end zone, and that's a safety. Ball State comes up big, and it's a 2-point game. Low snap, Navarro can't handle it, and the Cardinals are getting the ball with 8:39 to play in the fourth, down by a mere 2. Special teams, special players, special plays on full display. After it's down inside the 1, it messes with Ohio's operation, and it's a 14-12 ball game. Bangura fell on the football in his own end zone. It was all he could do at that point, and the Cardinals are going to get the ball back with 8:39 to go and a chance to take their first lead of the afternoon. Wow!
AJ, I can't believe that Nick Marinero once again with a bad snap. And not only that, Bangura, he did all he could, tried to fall on it, but Ball State, man, that is so huge because now you have it within 2. A field goal can give you the lead. That's the big thing for me. Do you test Carson Homer's leg? His long on the season is 23. We really don't know what his range looks like, but I have a feeling, AJ, it's going to be tested here.
All the momentum's in the Cardinals' corner. 8.5 minutes to determine a winner. Bobcats 14, Cardinals 12. With Ball State in a real spot to pick up the first statement win of Coach Jeremovich's tenure. This would be the biggest win Ball State's picked up since I've been here in my 4 years. Double-digit underdogs, and they are squarely in this contest.
And that's saying a lot. They've had some big wins, especially last year against NIU. That was a big win that I remember.
TJ Horton back to return. Kickoff is high but returnable. Horton watches it bounce, still bouncing, and eventually a gunner's just got to get on it. It's the right idea from Horton after it came down at the 21-yard line. He was hoping it would spin out of bounds. It didn't. So Ball State's going to start at their own 21 with 8:38 to go in the fourth and a chance to take their first lead of the day.
You already know I have to give credit to the Westfield Shamrock, Max Webster, for downing that inside the 20. But regardless of that, Ball State, in a situation now where you have all the momentum in the world, how do you capitalize on it? You keep running the ball down Ohio's throats and keep them guessing and keep them on their toes. The Cardinals, if they do that, they could walk away with an upset W.
Jumbo package for the Cardinals. 2 men out wide on the near side, no one on the far side. Extra O-lineman in, but Kelly's going to pass it. Rolls to his right. Plenty of time on the far side. He zips one up the field. Was he able to hold on? Yes! What a grab on the far side. Kyle Kelly just sling one to an open wideout. It looks like that was Jamarion McDougall for the second time in this game, able to hold on and make a nice catch for a Cardinal first down on their own 39.
AJ, I'm not exaggerating when I say that's one of the best plays I've seen Kyle Kelly make all season. Flushed out, puts it in such a tight window.
1st and 10 from the gun. Ashley behind him. It's a give up the middle to him, and he is swarmed at the line of scrimmage. Ashley picks up maybe a half yard. It'll be 2nd and long after the big play from Kyle Kelly. You're exactly right, Roen. Buying time and delivering a dime. How about McDougall holding on, too? That's just really both phases of football clicking on the highest of levels there to open the drive.
Yes, and that's exactly what you need. Ohio on that last play, though, that was so big to get that tackle at the line of scrimmage. After a big gain, you needed a little bit of momentum back in your favor. That's what they did there.
Kelly in the gun. TJ Horton at his right hip. 3 men out wide on the far side, 1 on the near side. Kelly's back to pass again. He rolls to the far side. He's keeping it himself. There's a flag behind the line. Coming from the far sideline. Typically means they're going to get someone on Ball State for a holding, but we'll see what the signal is here. It is a holding on the offense. Ohio accepts the penalty.
Holding, offense number 4. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
They got TJ Horton being a little grabby there. Moves Ball State back 10. It'll be 2nd and 19 at the 30-yard line.
If you're an Ohio fan, that's exactly what you want to see. For it to be 2nd and 19 now in the range where Ball State, if they don't get this, they got to punt. This is a dream come true for the Bobcats.
7:24 to play. Ball State trailing 14-12, moving right to left. 2nd and 19 play calls, a pop pass at the line of scrimmage. Able to turn upfield and pick up something is Eric Weatherly, but this is still going to be 3rd and very long. For a pickup of about 5, it's 3rd and 14 from Ball State's own 35-yard line.
We keep talking about those pop passes, those touch passes, whatever you want to call them. I love them because they utilize so many great speed options for Ball State, and that includes Eric Weatherly, the former Duke Blue Devil.
On 3rd and 14, there's 3 men out wide on the far side, none on the near side. Kelly's back to pass from the shotgun. Feels pressure. Able to evade it. Now Kelly wants to keep it himself up the middle. He's hammered down at the Ball State 43-yard line. The gain of 8 makes it a 4th and about 6 yards. And it makes things more manageable, but Ball State does opt to bring out Adam Saul in the punt unit, trailing by 2 with now under 7 to go in the ball game.
It's tough, obviously, to not get a score on that play, especially after the safety, but you're still in a great position if you're Ball State. All you need here is a quick stop. If you can get that ball back within 3 minutes, no score, then you're in a really good spot.
Saul looks for another good punt. Chase Hendricks back there, calls for a fair catch and gets it just inside the 20. So this time Ohio will have a lot more room to work with, setting up shot at their own 19. There's 6:02 to play. Ohio has a 14-12 lead on the road. This Ball State defense has stepped up big time and time again. The Bobcats have yet to score in the second half.
Ohio has been stonewalled, especially up front. Navarro just can't do anything because the Ball State D-line has been encroaching on them to a point where it's so hard to make an impact if you're Navarro. Ball State has had the upper hand.
Cardinals need one more stop and a score to pull off a stunner. With 6:02 to go in the fourth, it's Ohio 14, Ball State 12. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Ball State Sports Link Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. This is Hadassah Harris with CBS's WLFI 18, a proud SportsLink alum. Chirp, chirp.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
Ranked #1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association, this is Ball State Sports Link with SportsLink Digital Radio.
Cardinals trailing by 2, setting the defense out on the field. Ohio's offense starts on their own 19-yard line, working left to right with a 14-12 lead and 6:02 to play. The clock is their best friend. This is a team that will look to run the ball, and Ball State's defense has been keen to it in the second half.
I want to see for Ohio utilize C.A. Bangura more. Whenever Ohio has had big rushing spurts, it's been from Duncan Brune. Go with C.A. C.A. Bangura, you brought him back for a reason after a year away with the Gophers in Minnesota. You bring him back now. This is why you have him on your roster. This is why you utilize him.
Ball State, a team that has been penalized less than anyone in the Mid-American Conference, prides themselves on disciplined football. It showed up big today. Only 2 for 15 yards as opposed to Ohio 6 for 70. The Cardinals also leading in time of possession. This is the Coach Jeremovich brand of football that he's looked to instill in Muncie. Now he looks to top it off with a statement win to open up MAC play. Parker Navarro's in the gun. C.A. Bangura behind him. 2 men out wide on the far side of the field. None on the near side with the ball on the near hash. It's a snap and a give to Bangura out of the backfield. He's quickly swallowed up. A gain of about a yard.
Nathan Voorhees breaking it up. Such a big play for the Cardinals right at the line of scrimmage. Going back to momentum, such a big thing. How do you build upon it? Plays like that.
Clock continues to roll. 5:38 and counting to play in this game. It's 2nd and 9. Ohio at their own 20, leading at 14-12 on the road. Navarro's back in the gun. He's still got Bangura behind him. With 14 on the play clock, he switches things up, checks it at the line. Now sends a receiver, Chase Hendricks, in motion across the line of scrimmage. It's a give up the middle to Bangura again, who spins forward and falls for an Ohio first down. They get it to their own 30.
Bangura is one of the best running backs in the entire MAC after contact. Over 400 yards going into this game, 200 of which have been after contact, and it shows right there that extra spurt giving him the first.
13th all-time in Ohio rushing yards. Now with under 5 to play and a fresh set of downs, Navarro's in the shotgun. Checks out of the initial play call again. And again opts to give it to Bangura. This time there's nothing there. Joedric Lewis, the backup short side corner for the Cardinals, has his name called and makes a big open field tackle to set up 2nd and 10.
Lewis and Gravely both playing shallow, and boy oh boy was it the perfect time to do so, knowing that the run was coming. Ohio going back to the ground game because the pass, it just hasn't been working in this second half. Big stop for the Cardinals to make it 2nd and 10.
4 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. It's still rolling. 2nd and 10. Ohio's got the ball at their own 30 in the 4th quarter, up 14-12, moving left to right. Lone tailback is Bangura. He's behind Navarro in the shotgun. The snap, it's a give to Bangura up the middle, and he's stuffed again, this time for a loss. Joey Stemler and company come in and come up big. It was Michael Gravely with the initial presence up the middle. Stemler finished things off with the tackle, and it's now 3rd and 11 from the 29 for the Bobcats with 3:43 to play in this game.
That was the question going into this game. Could Ohio's O-line handle Ball State's pressure? So far in the second half, the answer is no.
3.5 minutes to go now. Cardinals trail by 2 on defense, just looking to give their offense one more try. Parker Navarro's in the shotgun. He's looking to pass. Surveys his options downfield. Nothing's open. Navarro's still looking to go. Now he tries to run with it, and nothing's there. He throws it away at the last possible moment, and the Cardinals get the stop. It's 4th down and 11 on Ohio's 29, and Ball State's going to get the football with a chance to win the football game.
There's your MVP right there, Nathan Voorhees, bringing that pressure, being the first guy there, forcing Navarro to get it out. That was about this close to being his 4th sack of the day.
Instead, an incomplete pass that brings out Magnus Haynes and the Bobcats punting unit with 3:13 to play. Cardinals trail by 2. A punt return here would be big, any extra yardage. It's fielded at the 25 and taken out of bounds at about the Ball State 29-yard line by Keon Magwood. So with 3:04 to go, both teams have not thrown in the towel here. Ball State's got all 3 of their timeouts. Ohio's got 2 left. Cardinals trail by 2. A field goal would give them the lead after the safety.
Again, this is a 2-minute offense for Ball State. And as a Cardinal fan, that should excite you because when the Cardinals have a sense of urgency behind them, in my eyes, this is when they perform the best.
Kelly's in the shotgun on the near hash. Quay Ashley's on his right hip. With 3:04 to play, 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Kelly keeps it himself up the middle. stutters, steps, and moves up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. That makes it 2nd and 4. And initially, you saw the swarm. There wasn't much there, but Kelly was just able to wait, buy time, and hit the hole.
Kelly maneuvering traffic is a sight to see, AJ. Like, I don't think many quarterbacks in the Mid-American Conference can do it much better than he does, like what he just did right there.
2nd down and 4 for Ball State at their own 35. Kelly's in the gun, Ashley behind him. To give to Quay Ashley up the middle. He's met by a swarm of Bobcats, fights for extra yards, and makes it 3rd and very manageable after a pickup of about 2. He was brought down by Austin Mitchell at the end of the play, and it makes it 3rd and a long 1 yard.
Harder than you'd expect, but at the same time, we've seen the Cardinals convert on these.
Their own 39-yard line. Kyle Kelly in the shotgun, wants to keep it himself. He's stonewalled. They get him about a half yard in front of the line to gain. Football came loose at the end of the play, but they say it's a 1st down. Whoa, Ball State looked to be heading to the sideline, ready to determine if they had to go for it. Ruling on the field by the near side line judge is a 1st down, and that's where Ohio's frustration kicks in because the far side line judge said he didn't have the distance to gain.
You know what? I like the call by the officials just because I was thinking that was right at the line to gain where he was stopped, maybe a half yard short. And what he did with the forward progress, I think that may have given him enough, but at the same time, I'm not down there. Who knows what this is, but it looks to be a Ball State 1st down, and they're going to keep marching.
We reached the 2-minute timeout. Ball State's got a 1st and 10 as it stands on their own 40-yard line, trailing the Mid-American Conference's best by a mere 2 points. It's Ohio 14, Ball State 12. 2 minutes to determine a victor in this one. We'll be back quickly on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, you know, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
The ruling on the field of a 1st down is under further review. There's 2 minutes to play. Ball State was just given a 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line after they said Kyle Kelly reached the yard to gain on 3rd and 1 with a draw up the middle. Roen, it's close. Plays like this, you often side with the call on the field.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do. If there's not enough evidence to overturn, I find it to be hard to make that decision. Officials are coming out from the viewing screen. Here we go.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. 1st down.
Kyle Kelly got enough, and Ball State's got a 1st and 10 on their own 40. It's a 14-12 game in favor of the Bobcats. The Cardinals have scored 12 unanswered points in the second half and kept Ohio off the board. Ball State's got a chance for a signature win to open up Mid-American Conference play. On their own 40-yard line, Kyle Kelly sets up in the shotgun. He's got Quay Ashley behind him. 2 men out wide on the far side, a tight end, and Keon Magwood on the near side. With the ball spotted at the 40 on their near hash and a fresh set of downs. Kelly takes the snap from the gun. He keeps it himself and looks to throw. Nowhere to go with the football. He just floats it into the turf and sets up 2nd and 10.
Ohio just bringing an all-out blitz there. Mikel Williams off of the edge, brought some extra pressure. It's tough for Kyle Kelly to maneuver that. He was able to dump it off, but just too short.
Cardinals moving right to left. Ball still on the near hash. Trailing 14-12 with 1:54 to go. Kyle Kelly just drew a man off sides. The hard count got Ohio jumping.
Offsides, defense, number 12. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Jay Crable fell for the cadence of Kyle Kelly. In 2nd and 10 turns into 2nd and 5 for BSU. Kelly sets up in the gun. He's got Quay Ashley to his left hip. 2 men on the far side out wide, 2 on the near side. On the near hash, Kelly takes the snap from the shotgun. He looks to throw. Now he keeps it himself on a QB draw. Meets a lot of tacklers and is whistled dead 3 yards short of the line to gain.
Goes right into a sea of white. I can't name many other quarterbacks who take a beating like Kelly does.
They're calling it 3rd and a long 2 from Ball State's own 48. From the no huddle, Kelly quickly dumps off to Ashley. Second effort may have got enough. We'll see. They call him down at the Ohio 49. That's enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Trailing by 2 with the clock running and just over a minute 20 to go. Kyle Kelly keeps it quick. From the shotgun, he rolls out to the far side of the field and throws sidearm upfield. He's got his tight end, Donovan Hamilton, for a pickup of about 7 yards, and it makes it 2nd and 3.
Yeah, do you remember what I said about keeping Navarro, the quarterback for Ohio, from tackle to tackle? How about Kyle Kelly? Again, the Bobcats, they've been allowing him to flush out, and that's where Kyle's made some of his best plays on the day, including that one, finding a wide-open Hamilton just camped out on a curl.
After getting out of bounds, Ball State able to take their time. They huddle up and break it. Go with spread offense. 5 men out wide. Kyle alone in the backfield. 2nd and 3 at the Ohio 42 with a minute 13 to play. Ball State's trailing 14-12, moving right to left. Kelly gives it to the motion man on a pop pass. Quay Ashley is swallowed up for a loss of 1, and it makes it 3rd and 4.
Yeah, what we saw right there, yeah, Ball State, I mean, you kind of have to call a timeout in that situation. As they burn their first to 3 right there. What I find interesting about that, Eric Weatherly had Charlie Christopher blocked, but he's still able to burst through and strip him down. That's such a big play for the freshman Christopher.
So it'll be 3rd and 4 for Ball State at the Ohio Bobcats 43-yard line. Certainly 4-down territory, trailing 14-12. The Cardinals can win this game with a field goal. This is the biggest 4 yards of the season to this point for Coach Hugh's group.
It feels like 3rd and forever with those 4 yards, but at the same time, we've seen the Cardinals convert on this time and time again on the season. On 3rd down conversions, 32%. That's good for 8th in the MAC. Let's see if it can be on the positive note of that.
On the near hash, Kyle Kelly's in the gun. He's got Quay Ashley to his right hip. 3 men out wide on the far side, 1 on the near side. It's Keon Magwood. 3rd and 4 with 1:06 to play at the Ohio 43. The snap's good. They throw it downfield. Magwood jumps up and makes the catch. He breaks a tackle. He's still going, and Keon Magwood gives the Cardinals the lead. 50-50 ball, more like 100-0 ball. Keon Magwood wrestles through defenders, and he's into the end zone for a Ball State touchdown. There's flags on the field after the play, but Kyle Kelly let his wide receiver 1 go up and grab the football, big man. The Cardinals have their first lead of the day with under a minute to play.
Result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 7. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. That is number 7's first unsportsmanlike foul of the game.
I don't believe it. Ball State's got an 18-14 lead.
Ball State.
Ohio's going to need to go the distance of the field to win this ball game. With 57 seconds to go, Kyle Kelly throws a 50-50 ball to Keon Magwood. He high points it, breaks 2 tackles on the near sideline, and gives Ball State the lead in their Mid-American Conference opener.
That's one of those plays, like you said earlier, a signature moment on the season. If Ball State can come away with this win, it's all up to the defense at this point. Play some deep zone, prevent the deep passes. That's what the Bobcats are going to do on this next drive. Right now you got 57 seconds, and you're 57 seconds away from being 1-0 in MAC play for the first time since 2019. and that is an iconic moment right there in Ball State football history if they can come away with this W.
The Cardinals are going to go for 2, leading by 4. They prefer to lead by 6. Kelly's set up in the shotgun. He's got Quay Ashley to his right. And after the biggest pass of his Cardinals career, Kelly's done more than enough to win his team this football game. Here's the cherry on top to make it a 20-14 lead. Kelly rolls to his right, still heading to the far side. He delivers back over the middle, and the 2-point is there. Kyle Kelly with the flamethrower over the middle, and the Cardinals have a 20-14 lead.
I love the call to go for 2 right there because you're in a situation now, if Ohio somehow does get on the other side, score a touchdown, if they miss that PAT, you got overtime. Great call by Coach Juremovich. It pays off, and now the Bobcats have their biggest drive of the season. We talk about Ball State and how huge this is for them. How about Ohio? They're 1-0 in MAC play, only lost once in MAC play last season. That came to Miami, Ohio, and now you want to keep that great momentum from last season going, and it would totally be halted with an upset loss to the Cardinals. This is so huge for Ball State, but also for Ohio.
2-point conversion caught by Donovan Hamilton, a redshirt freshman from Fishers, Indiana, on his first offensive snap of the game. He catches Ohio sleeping, and with 57 seconds to go, the Cardinals have a 6-point lead at home with a chance to knock off the Bobcats for the first time since 2012. Pippen set to do the kickoff. Iman Dennis deep for the Bobcats. It's a line drive kick into the end zone that'll set Ohio up at the 25-yard line. They've got to go the distance of the field with under a minute to play and 2 timeouts remaining. The Bobcats going to have to dip into the magical hat that the Cardinals have, who have scored 20 unanswered points here in the second half to take a miraculous lead.
What you're going to see on this next drive, Ohio, they're going to rely on their quarterback Navarro to make plays in the air. They're going to get the ball out quick. I expect Ball State to be playing some deep zone coverage to avoid that.
1st and 10 from their own 25, moving left to right. Navarro's in the shotgun, 2 men to his left, 2 to his right. The signal caller's back to pass. First looks near side, then to the far side, and he's got a man on a curl. It's Chase Hendricks, just a yard short of the sticks. 9-yard pickup for the junior from St. Louis, and it's no huddle for the Bobcats. 44 to play. Navarro's back to pass again. He goes right back to Hendricks, and it'll be close if he even got the first down there. They pushed him out on the far sideline. See where this ball is spotted. Still waiting for a spot.
I get the impression that he may be short here. Brian Smith, the Ohio head coach, he is livid right now with the official.
Looks like he has to use a timeout. The reason he's so livid is they're saying that he was not moving forward when he was pushed out of bounds. So it looks like they have it set as 3rd and inches. Ohio has to use one of their 2 timeouts. There's 32 seconds to play. The Bobcats have the ball on their own 34, and this Ball State defense is a stand away from a statement win to get the Coach U era in Mid-American Conference play started off right.
Ohio has the right idea on this drive. Ball State, they're running some deep zone. They're playing underneath with Hendricks. Those crossing routes across the middle, that's money for Hendricks. But it gets to a point, you got 32 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Ohio, their 2nd timeout of the half.
So quickly, there's the confirmation. It'll be 3rd down. Ohio had to use the timeout because when Chase Hendricks caught the out route, he tried to turn upfield, but his feet kept churning. Ball State was able to get that momentum moving backwards. He went out of bounds moving backwards.
Please reset the game clock to 38 seconds.
They will give Ohio
38 seconds on the game clock.
4 seconds.
Thank you.
Brian Smith got that timeout a bit earlier than initially signaled, but with 38 seconds to go, the The Bobcats are down to 1 timeout, and they've got 3rd and inches on their own 34.
Let's be honest, with this Ball State D-line, that's not a gimme.
Navarro's in the shotgun. Bangura to his right hip. He rolls out, near side, tries to turn it upfield and does. Navarro runs for the first down, and he's down at his own 39 inbounds. No huddle look for the Ohio offense. Clock reads 31 seconds. It starts to roll. Under a half minute to play. Navarro's back to pass. He's got Hendricks underneath, doesn't want it, looks the other way, and goes to Bangura, who's able to get out of bounds after a pickup of 6 on the near side. There's 23 seconds to go, and it's 2nd and 4 from the Ohio 44. Bobcats move left to right. They need a touchdown here, trailing 20-14. With 23 seconds to play, Navarro from the gun. Surveys his options. He wants a man downfield on the far side. Gives hand signals. He comes running back, and he's open. Navarro finds him, and it's caught for a first down on the far sideline. Rodney Harris the second. On the same page as his quarterback, they display the chemistry. He's out of bounds at the Ball State 43. Ohio's got 1 timeout left. 14 seconds to play, and Ball State, caught in the middle of a substitution, is going to use their final timeout.
Honestly, on a defensive standpoint, to use that last timeout, that's not as big as you would think, but you need to do that to cover your grounds.
They're not going to charge Ball State their timeout there because it looks like they're reviewing if that was a catch on the far sideline, so they get that timeout back.
Yeah, in real time, that catch, it looked like he had 1 foot in bounds. You can look at the review to tell, which, again, this is college football. 1 foot down, that would be a catch. We'll have to wait and see, though.
Looks like it's going to be really hard to overturn this one. Regardless, right? Let's say the ruling on the field stands. 1st and 10 on Ball State's 43 with 14 seconds. Got time for maybe 1 to 2 plays before you have to take a shot at the end zone?
Yeah, so right now for Ohio, I'm going underneath these next couple of plays. Maybe 1 or 2. It really depends on how much time you have. Play the sideline. Try to get within the 30. That's the big thing. Within the 30 to take a shot. And you already know who they're going to go to. They're going to chase Hendricks. He's been the go-to guy all day for the Bobcats. Get him on a go route, then, which is something that we really don't see as much from Hendricks. It's usually either a post or a drag. Get him on a go, and I'm curious to see what would happen in that situation, but just a few more intermediate passing plays.
The ruling on the field is upheld. We have a completed catch. First down.
So Ohio has 1st and 10 with 14 seconds to play on Ball State's 43. The Bobcats led 14-0 at the break. They now trail 20-14 after Ball State's comeback here in half number 2. From the shotgun, Navarro claps his hands and takes the snap. Looks to the near side. He wants a shot over the middle of the field. It's broken up. Joey Stemler races over and gets a hand to it. There's 9 seconds to play, and it's 2nd and 10.
Joey Stemler was one of the biggest defensive plays all season right there. Coming in hot. It was one-on-one. Big opportunity for Ohio. Stemler says, no.
Under 10 seconds to go. Down by 6. Ohio's offense set up at the Ball State 43, moving left to right. 3 men on the near side, 1 on the far side. Bangura to Navarro's hip. From the shotgun, he throws underneath to Hendricks. He's brought down at the 30-yard line. Timeout signaled for with 2 seconds left, and it's desperation time for the Bobcats. They're going to have to scheme up 1 play for a chance at a miracle.
And great clock management by head coach Brian Smith.
To the play is a first down. Timeout.
To save your last timeout for this situation, with a draw up a play within the 30-yard line. So this is kind of like what I said earlier. Within the 30, this is the golden area to take a shot. Wouldn't quite call it a Hail Mary. So now for Ohio, within the 30, You have perfect timing to draw something up. This is your last play, so it's end zone or nothing.
They're at the Ball State 30. Bobcats trail at 2014. Ball State opened up as 16.5-point underdogs in this one, but they've shown fight all the way to the end. One play away from beating the Bobcats for the first time since 2015. Both sides are set. There's 2 seconds on the game clock. The Bobcats need 30 yards.
Timeout, Ball State. Their final timeout of the half.
Ooh, I like that.
And Coach Uremovich, with a little bit of a mirror timeout, got a look at what Ohio wanted to run. Now he wants to scheme something against it.
And it's not only that. You talk about icing the kicker a little bit. I feel like also you're icing Ohio's entire offense as well by doing that. It gives your defense a second to adjust to what Ohio was showing from the jump, but also, again, puts the Bobcats on that extra pressure. So that's a great timeout by Coach Uremovich. You have 1 timeout, and that is big.
Absolutely. Still 2 seconds to go. Both sides break their huddles, and this is it. No timeouts remaining. It's Ball State 20, Ohio 14. There's 2 seconds to play. The Bobcats have the ball at the Ball State 30-yard line. 2 men on the near side, 2 on the far side. The ball's in between the hashes. Bangura, the lone man in the backfield next to Parker Navarro, who's in the shotgun. Snap goes to him. 3-step drop. Navarro's got all day to throw. He lofts it up to the end zone. Ball State comes down with it, and that's the ball game. The Cardinals win it as Derek Fields secures the football in the end zone, and the Cardinals pull off the miraculous comeback. For the first time since 2015, the Cardinals can say they've trampled the Bobcats. It's their first MAC opener win since 2019. First win against Ohio in a decade, and Coach U, with a statement victory in the MAC opener, helps his Cardinals to a 20-14 comeback win where all 20 points were unanswered.
AJ, I have no words. Such a great win for the Cardinals. Came out of left field completely. I can't tell you how many people thought going into this is a game Ball State could win. But for those who did believe, man, have they been paid off in such a big way.
After opening as 16.5-point underdogs, Coach U's Cards show cardiac traits to the very end. It's 20 unanswered points to secure a 20-14 win and move to 1-0 in Mid-American Conference play. Wow. Kyle Kelly looked confident and poised under center. The defense got it done all day long in Roen. The Cardinals are victorious at home for the second time in 2025.
I got to tell you, AJ, there's something special brewing here in Muncie, Indiana. It's the Coach Uremovich effect. This is the start of something special for Ball State, even if it's not this year, even if it's down the line, next season, whatever it may be. It could be this season even. Ball State has something special growing, and again, it comes down to head coach Mike Uremovich. His offensive play calling today, flawless. Did a great job, especially in the second half. Defensive coordinator Jeff Knowles, that defense, he had them ready. Such a great all-around team performance for Ball State. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. The offense was there in the second half, 20 unanswered points, but the defense completely stonewalling the Bobcats in the second half. No points for them there. One of the most dynamic offenses in the entire MAC in Ohio put on pause.
Cardinals fans, walk with your heads high through campus this week. It's an upset and a big one at home. Opening as 16.5-point home dogs, the Cards get the last laugh, and everyone's chirping from Muncie, Indiana. Enjoy the rest of your sunny Saturday afternoon. I'm AJ Swiatek saying so long, but we do have post-game coverage after this break. It'll be Dylan Budd joining Roen Elbert to talk all things Ball State football after a historic win to open up Mid-American Conference play in 2025. You're listening to Ball State Sports Link Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, you know, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Welcome to the SportsLink Digital Radio post-game show after Ball State coming in and shocking the Ohio Bobcats with a 20-14 victory. All 20 of those points happened in the second half. And the first time we were talking, Roen, here at halftime, it looked like tough sledding for Ball State. They came in and won with 6 points to the advantage after 30 minutes when the dust settled. But man, just unbelievable play from this Ball State team. Can you unpack everything that just happened in a tumultuous second half?
Well, Dylan, it's really a tale of two halves at the end of the day, and especially with the Ball State run game. I can't believe that we were here just about an hour and a half ago, talking about, man, the Ball State run game struggling. They were. Second half, it's a completely different story, a complete 180. I'm very curious as to what Coach Uremovich told the guys in the locker room, because the performance, the Ball State defense was great to begin with, but to hold them to 0 points in the second half, just completely unreal. Ball State ends up finishing the game with 172 rushing yards. Dylan, this is, again, a tale of two halves. This is a complete 180 for Ball State in half number 2.
90 rushing yards in the second half. But statistically, at first, I want to talk about Parker Navarro. When we last had a conversation at halftime, he had 144 yards at halftime. He finished the day with just 188. It seemed like Ohio was trying to really drain the clock out. 37 total attempts on the day on the ground, but unable to really do so. That Ball State front seven, including Nathan Voorhis, who you will hear more of in just a moment, was spectacular in stopping the run. And when it got to those situations of third and long, third and medium, it just seemed like the Bobcats couldn't convert.
They really couldn't, and it's disappointing for Ohio because they've won games where Parker Navarro hasn't played the best. The West Virginia game, for instance, Navarro threw 3 picks. They've won games in the past where he hasn't been on his A game. Today, it just really wasn't the case because the run game, they couldn't get anything going other than Navarro. Your leading rusher was Bangura on 15 attempts, 68 yards. Not bad, but it wasn't enough to get the job done. Ball State's D-line, we knew that was going to be a critical matchup because I was watching tape. I actually watched the entire Ohio Gardner-Webb game from 2 weeks ago, and what I noticed was the O-line, they could not handle the blitz from Gardner-Webb. So I was curious, Ball State's D-line, they've been in there in the trenches. They've held up with teams like Auburn and Purdue. So I was curious to see whether or not that would be a big storyline, and really, that made all the difference. I don't think the Cardinals walk away victorious without the work of that defensive line.
Kyle Kelly had 33 attempts, a career high, just above his 20/20 statistic that he had last week. It would have been a career high last week as well. And a touchdown through the air, that one to Keon Magwood in late game theatrics. He also had a rushing touchdown.
that throw to Magwood, that drive was really smooth sailing for Ball State, just quintessential 2-minute drill. And then the exclamation point from Keon Magwood, senior, on his last MACtion opener, comes in and scores the game-winning touchdown. Unbelievable showing from wide receiver 1, but incredible late-game theatrics. And we talked before about how Ball State's offense is so good on tempo. They almost scored to end the first half, and they were able to capitalize at the end when it mattered the most.
You mentioned 33 passing attempts for Kyle Kelly. It's interesting because, yeah, that is a career high, like you said. I talked to Kyle earlier this week, and what he was telling me was, yeah, I'm getting more pass attempts game by game because the trust is growing, and that's due in large part to the work I'm putting in. Kyle Kelly has been a workhorse for the Cardinals. He is the offense. I'll say this straight up. Kyle Kelly is the Cardinals' offense, and it's not to discredit anyone else. He is the focal point. He is the centerpiece of Ball State's offense. It really showed today on the ground and through the air. Kelly was accurate, but also Ball State just played clean football. That was the big key to the game. When I talked to Coach Uremovich and when I talked to Kyle Kelly himself, they both said, we got to play clean football, and that they did. And when you turn the ball over a grand total of 0 times, it's very hard to get beat.
It's a happy, jubilant locker room right now in Muncie. If you're Coach Uremovich, last question, Roen, who's getting the game ball?
Oh, man. You know what? This is I'm not going to say a hot take at all. Maybe the answer that you do not want. I think you split across the entire team. And I mean that. This is a team victory. You don't look at this performance and think, oh, yeah, the offense carried us through. Oh, yeah, the D-line carried us through. No, this was a complete effort. This was the best team win, at least in the last couple of seasons, that I've seen watching Ball State football. A great team effort. I think you give that team ball to everyone. I don't know if you split it in, 50-thirds, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how you'd split it up, but I think you give that team ball to everyone.
Just a little bit of leather for every player on that roster, but final score here in Muncie is Cardinals 20, Ohio Bobcats 14. We are going to take off for AJ Swiatek, LJ Shrieve, and Roen Elbert. I am Dylan Budd saying so long from Schumann Stadium, where the final score is Cardinals 20, Ohio Bobcats 14. This has been a SportsLink Digital Radio production sponsored by Victory Honda of Muncie.